At the age of 10, Chiamaka didn't remember a time when she wasn't angry about something. Her father was living a life of unfulfilled dreams and was always angry with everyone and everything else. He never cared about the way his behavior made his family feel. Her mother tried to soothe his constant fire, but she eventually got worn out by so much effort with no result. And soon she joined the shouting chorus. When the little girl was hurt because of her broken doll, or poor test results, or anything else, she dared not cry, or her father would be angry. Enough! Stop that nonsense here. Chiamaka's silence and pain became a smoldering rage. She learned that showing hurt only means more pain. So Chiamaka grew up believing that it was normal to be angry, and at school, the anger she bore at home became a shield. If she was accidentally shoved in the hallway, she'd push back twice as hard. If she was teased, she'd shout until the offender shrank. It was only with Mama, her grandmother, that Chiamaka didn't feel like she had to fight. Maybe because Mama didn't shout at her, or even insult her when she made mistakes. One afternoon, after losing a race to her cousin Uche, Chiamaka got upset again, the familiar heat rising in her chest. Uche's laughter rang too loudly in her ears, like fuel vexing her. She shoved him hard and he fell, crying out in pain. Blood trickled from his scraped knee as silence fell over the children playing nearby. The look in Uche's eyes was not of fear, but hurt, and something in Chiamaka was bothered. Her grandma, who had watched from her stool, shook her head slowly. "Chiamaka, come with me," she said, voice heavy with concern. In the quiet of the kitchen, Mama told her a story. "My mother told it to me when I was a little girl, just like you." Then she began to tell her the tale of the Cave of Echoes. That night, curiosity ate at Chiamaka as she remembered Mama's words. An ancient legend, the Cave of Echoes, a place that could open up a person's soul, reveal their inner voice, and make that person extremely powerful beyond imagination. Unable to resist, she snuck out at dawn, following the old path that was marked by faded carvings of warriors. The cave's entrance was dark and silent. She stepped inside, curiosity pulling her in slowly. Suddenly, the entrance of the cave sealed up, and she jumped in fear. The walls came alive, whispering, repeating her father's scornful words, the laughter of schoolmates and Uche's cry. Chiamaka began to scream as she panicked, her heart beating fast, looking for a way out. But the echoes grew louder until they blended into a single voice. "Why do you fight?" The voice was neither harsh nor kind, just curious. "Because they make me so angry, and I have to deal with them," she admitted, tears spilling over. "Do you mean that they control you, even without meaning to?" the voice asked. "Do you think plants control the heavy rains that beat down on them? Or the hot burning sun? Those are things that must happen. It is the plant that must fight within itself to stay alive, regardless of everything going on outside it, and grow. You are the plant. To grow well, you must learn to control how you respond to all those things that make you feel angry. They are all outside of you. The real power is in owning your beautiful self on the inside." A eureka moment for her, and then Chiamaka felt a hand on her shoulder. It was Mama, or maybe a vision of her. "The battle isn't with them, child, it's with you. Speak to your storm and you can quiet it." Chiamaka inhaled, held her breath, and then exhaled slowly. The echoes softened, fading into silence. When she emerged from the cave, the village was well awake, busy in the bright sunny day. She got home, hurriedly finished her chores, and went straight to bed, exhausted. Chiamaka woke up just before dawn and couldn't sleep anymore. Mama's words echoed in her mind, alongside the whispers she had heard in the cave. She felt lighter, as if some weight had been lifted. Yet she kept wondering how she would behave that day. As she left for school that morning, she barely noticed her father barking his annoyance at his breakfast, but went to school cheerful and with a quiet resolve. It turned out that things weren't easy. Old habits really die hard. When another student laughed a little too loudly at her in class, the familiar surge of anger rose in her chest. Her fists clenched, her vision blurred, and for a moment she felt herself slipping. But then a voice asked, "Why do you fight?" She unclenched her fists, relaxed, and sat back. "The fight is inside, and I control only me." A group of classmates taunted her that same week. Knowing her fiery reputation, one boy sneered, "Are you having a fever? Won't you fight?" They pushed, hoping she'd lash out, as she always did. She had to show them that she was in control, so she thought for a while, then walked away. It wasn't easy. Every step felt like a struggle against herself. She knew they thought she was afraid of them. She also knew that they would be right, only if she fought. She imagined herself reacting, and the expression on the boy's face when he finds himself on the ground. That was enough to make her feel better. The same day, she spoke with Mama, who reminded her, when you choose peace over anger, you become stronger. Strength isn't about fighting, it's about knowing when not to. Over the weeks, Chiamaka continued to struggle, but each time she felt her anger rise, she'd come up with creative ways to remember her goal, to control her emotions. Teachers helped her find other outlets for her energy. She channeled her frustration from home into painting and writing, where she could be free without harming others. She also helped Mama with her vegetable garden. Her classmates and neighbors began to notice her change. At first they doubted, since everyone knew her for her bad temper. But as the months passed, they saw that her change wasn't just an act. It was a strength Chiamaka had built from within. Some children, who also struggled with their self-control, came to her, asking for advice, and she would tell them about the Cave of Echoes and the strength that comes from choosing calm. Years later, Chiamaka returned to the Cave of Echoes, this time with her own daughter by her side. As they stood before the entrance, Chiamaka felt a sense of nostalgia wash over her. She remembered the girl she once was, angry and hurt, and she smiled at the woman she had become, confident and secure. "Let's go inside," she said to her daughter, taking her hand. "I want to show you the place where I found my voice.